Hi, my name is Terry Sorrentino, co-owner of Liquid Alchemy Beverages. We are going to be Delaware's first meadery. So mead is traditional honey wine. Unlike grape wine, mead is made with fermented honey. Mead can be anything from sweet to dry to almost savory. We have meads that are made with Thai chili peppers and lime. We have some made with a Jamaican hibiscus, a Madagascar bourbon vanilla bean, and some cinnamon. My business has grown recently and we're thinking of bringing on new employees. What should I be looking at in order to training those employees?
So what you really want to do when you're training your employees, when you're bringing them on, you have a great opportunity from the first day to kind of bring them into your culture, and it's what we like to call a culture of security. Within your organization, you have the ability to train them as to what information they need to be protecting, how it needs to be protected, and really what they should be doing when they think that they might have given up some information.
So how can I train my new employees or new hires to be cyber aware?
When you bring on somebody from day one, you have a great opportunity to teach them both two things. What you want to teach them is good cyber hygiene and also reporting skills. Good cyber hygiene is the first step. How do you prevent an attack from happening? How do you know not to click on a link or not to download a file? And then second, the reporting is what happens when you do think that you have clicked on something like that? And what do you do? Who do you tell? And what's your next kind of point to make to stop that attack once it's started?
So what should I really be focusing on so that we don't get hacked?
So for businesses in general, we generally look at 4 different types of information. There's personal health information, there's payment card information that usually works for your retailers and other people who are taking credit card information. There's also information related to your employees, their social security numbers, other things you might be keeping on payroll. And then finally, the last bucket is kind of what we would term intellectual property. What are those trade secrets that you really want to keep secure from other business interests? Anything that you really wouldn't want out there publicly, we call it, for most businesses, it's their special sauce. It's their differentiator. It's how they do business better than anybody else out there. You want to protect that.
Is there anything else we should be doing in respect to email?
You do, certainly, and there are a lot of controls surrounding email that you might want to look into, such as encryption end-to-end. There are many other things, but it's really just a good starting point if you're dealing with your employees to teach them how to properly use their email. If they're on a mobile device, should they be making sure that they've got a password on that mobile device so that somebody can't just pick it up and read their email? All these very basic controls are good things to help your employees with right as they get started.
Should everyone in the company be trained? There's a small number of us, but should everybody be trained in cybersecurity?
So really you want to focus on the base level. What you want to do is be training your employees how to avoid hacking and phishing attempts, because they're really one of the most prevalent things that we're seeing in the industry these days. And one of the best ways that you can prevent that is to teach your employees to hover over a link.
What do you mean when you say hover over a link?
Well, if you put your mouse over a link without clicking on it and you wait a second, the actual link of where that thing is going will show up and will tell you. So if you are on a certain website and you see a link that says, click here to go to Amazon, and you hover over that link and it doesn't say www.amazon.com, that's a phishing attempt. That's trying to take you to a malicious website that will likely ask you to give over some form of credentials, a username and password, or some other piece of information that could eventually compromise your network. So obviously preventing a breach by not clicking on that link is really the best first step.
Is there anything else I can be doing to help my employees and my business be secure?
It's getting a lot easier these days, even for a small company, to segregate their data. As you're putting your network together, your infrastructure, your hardware and software, stop and think about who needs to have access to what piece of information. It's considerably easier for you now as you're starting your business to restrict that access, because you don't want everybody to have the keys to the kingdom, as it were. Not everyone needs to see every piece of data, including perhaps sensitive payroll information, maybe your trade secrets. The people who are working out at your counter, who are serving your beverages, don't need to be necessarily knowing what's going on in your accounting system.